There are mistakes we recognize the moment we make them, and then there are the others, not because we weren't paying attention, but because our attention was already somewhere else. Most of us assume our greatest failures come from neglect, from not caring enough. But some of life's most important blind spots are created while we're focused on something else that matters, or something we believe matters in the moment. Welcome to the Global Barstool, a space for exploring the things we only understand in hindsight, the moments shaped while we were looking elsewhere, and the truths that become visible only after time has moved us past them. Pull up a chair. This is the blind spot, what we miss while looking elsewhere. There's a question most people don't ask out loud. Not, what am I missing, but what am I missing while I'm looking at something else? Because attention is already committed to responsibility, to survival, to opportunity, to fear. And while we're looking in one direction, life continues everywhere else. That's what makes life so humbling. We don't miss things because they're hidden. We miss them because something else is in view. Failure rarely arrives as a moment, a mistake, a collapse. It arrives quietly, as drift, being physically present while mentally elsewhere, assuming provision is the same as connection, not because we stopped caring, but because something else needed us more at the time. I didn't understand this until I realized my children weren't measuring my intentions. They weren't counting effort. They weren't tracking sacrifice. What they noticed were the gaps, the conversations that never happened, the lessons that only made sense years later, the absences that only became visible with time. I remember asking my mother, years after I left home, why she never taught me about credit, how powerful it was, how dangerous it could be. She was raising 4 children alone, focused on survival. That lesson wasn't missing because it didn't matter. It was missing because something else mattered more. Keeping things stable, keeping food on the table, making sure tomorrow arrived. That's what makes life so humbling. Not that we fail to care, but that we can only care in direction. The older I get, the less I believe regret comes from indifference. It comes from recognition that caring deeply about one thing may have meant missing another. Because attention cannot be everywhere at once. It always has to choose, even when we don't realize it is choosing. Maybe that's the truth behind most blind spots, not just in parenting, but in work, in relationships, in life. We can only look at so much at once, which means there will always be things outside the frame, not because they don't matter, but because something else is in view. The goal isn't to eliminate blind spots, it's to recognize them when perspective shifts, to understand that what we couldn't see wasn't invisible. It was simply not on the radar at that time. Our partners, children, and friends won't remember everything we intended. Neither will we. They'll remember the tone, the patterns, the consistency of our attention. Not perfection, not explanation, just what remained visible from where they stood and how that made them feel. Until next time, this has been the Global Barstool, where attention is directional, perspective reveals what was once out of view, and some of life's most important truths only appear after we've already moved past them.